Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, the three issues that we tend to talk about this time of year is weather and crop ratings and anything that might be affecting demand. Overnight, nearby beans are up. Corn is about unchanged to maybe a little bit higher, and wheat's unchanged. In the nearby beans, we're about 50% through the big fund roll that happens prior to the expiration of a contract, and that may be offering some support to the bean market. We're still trying to figure out what it all means when China yesterday announced they would no longer allow import permits for U.S. DDGs. That's a byproduct of the ethanol production and is used for feeding to animals, and there used to be no duty for China to bring DDGs in, and that was a cheap way of bringing feed in. But with concerns about contamination of one U.S. seed variety, the Chinese have stopped that. And maybe it's a way for them to get their domestic corn prices higher. So that DDGs could back into the United States and replace some of the meal demand, and that offered some resistance yesterday to the meal market. The USDA dropped ratings a little bit in the corn crop, right in the heart of the Corn Belt. Ratings went up, but for Minnesota, Nebraska, and across the Tennessee Valley, ratings went down. And for the Tennessee Valley, they're just getting too much rain. And hopefully that's going to change for them and allow them to see normal harvest for the wheat and a little bit better conditions for the corn and beans that's planted. Right out of the box, USDA soybean crop ratings were higher than expected, especially across the Midwest. There's still about 500,000 acres of spring wheat in the Northern Plains, mostly North Dakota, that is left to be planted, and we'll see if that gets planted or not. USDA quit issuing the planting numbers, but we still think maybe there's as much as 1 million acres yet to be planted. We'll see if that gets planted, if it's prevent plant, or if it's switched to soybean. On the demand side, individually, it seems like the bean export demand has slowed a little bit on the export side, watching China economic data for that, but new crop, they are continue to be good buyers. Over in the corn, we're feeding a lot of corn here in the United States. Corn export demand might slow with competition out of South America and Ukraine. Russian weather has improved. And on the wheat side, Black Sea wheat prices are still a discount to U.S. On Wednesday, the USDA comes out with the new monthly supply and demand numbers. We don't expect a lot of changes, but we'll be watching what they do to U.S. whole crop soybean demand, what they do to corn export demand, and what they do to the hard red winter wheat crop estimate. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.